A lot of news break out recently. Yeah, we are just hearing it, and it's a developing news. It's spreading. A lot of people wondered the disappearance of Simon Ekpa from the social media handle for days now. We were wondering what actually is going on. But it will had it that on a good note, he will be brought back to Nigeria any moment from now for him to face terrorism charges, and of course charges that has related to money laundering and scam, and that is what is on now on Simon Ekpa. And before now, there has been speculations surrounding his activities, and so far there has been so many news out there on social media about his appearance and disappearance. What is he doing? Is Nigeria going to get it right at this point in time? But of course, whatever it is, the young man might be in for a major, bigger trouble, especially when it comes to the issue of restoration of the Republic of Biafra. The sovereignty of Biafra is still in question. Mazin Namdekano is in detention, DSS custody, and now we are seeing another separatist agitator, Simon Ekpa, being arrested in Finland. The process of repatriation is already ongoing. That is the developing news at the moment. Few days ago, it was reported that Simon Ekpa has been missing, where the supposed and acclaimed chief of staff came out and put the message that actually that Simon Ekpa was just busy engaging himself with the reality of the moment ahead of the declaration and restoration convention in Finland, somewhere in Alledgly in Finland. Of course, we have seen the Finnish government has made, of course, like according to speculation, has been alleged there are an official statement is still being waited from the Finnish government in that regard. But whatever happens, the Finland government need to explain, the circumstances surrounding that, and that is the news at the moment. The Biafran quest has been put on hold when it comes to the ideology that's associated with Finland. Of course, we saw it clearly why the IPOB decided to look in that direction when it comes to the activities of Simon Ekpa, a Finland-based Biafran separatist agitating for the restoration of Biafra. A lot of people believe with the spread and everything that's going on, this news wouldn't have been breaking at this point in time, but it has become a reality, giving credence and credibility of the Nigerian government quest, to clamp down on anything that has to do with Biafran agitation. But under Bola Ahmed Tinubu government, we have seen on so many occasions where the army hierarchy, the army chief of staff, most of them are campaigning and questioning the rationale behind the insecurity in the eastern part of the country. A lot of politicians from that extraction have taken a note, in that regard, and we have come to the point where the Nigerian military has continued to put most of the things on hold at every point in time, and trying to signal that there will be need for us to get Simon Ekpa arrested and bring him back to reality at the moment, and that is what is happening currently now. Simon Ekpa has been arrested according to news that is spreading, going viral on the social media handles across the world. What does that signify? It signifies that there has been a deep reservation about this young man and his activities and his ideology about the way and manner he's going about the Biafran agitation. Whatever happens, he has been charged of terrorism, he has been charged of felony, and there's also been he's charged of money laundering, an offense that is triable on the court. And the court, we're going to decide. Then we are now looking at the processes that are going to lead to repatriation. Is Finland government holding him briefly? Did they arrest him for questioning, or are they arresting him based on the instruction of the government of Nigeria, or are they arresting him based on he was actually engaged in the scamming of vulnerable Nigerians who buy into the concept of his concept, or is the Igbo nation actually behind his arrest? Because a lot of Igbos does not understand why he is always being linked with insecurity in the entire eastern part of the country. Well, the question is this: we keep on asking, and we keep on making it publicly to everybody that Simon Ekpa, if persecuted, will have to go through a very rigorous processes of judicial judgment that might not be able to spell good for anybody. Well, whatever happens, the Finnish government might be in for it at the end of the day. We understand he was a politician. According to how the Finland government or the Finland news described him, they called him a municipal politician. That's what they called him. That's what they referred him as. That means he was just a community politician. Maybe who has had the leverage and the opportunity to link himself with the power that be in terms of the Finnish government at the end of the day. Is it true that the Finnish government have already sold out? And remember, sometime in Abuja, where the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria was present in Nigeria, he made it very clearly that the Finnish government is going to look into the affairs of how to deal with Simon Ekpa's threat. But the question we're asking today is, you understand, how that come to reality? If Simon Ekpa is arrested, then what is the rationale of that arrest? What do they actually stand to gain? Are we seeing the end of Biafra agitation? But that would be definitely a no answer to that because the reality on ground is what we are going to look at is to Igbo nation. I can give you different points on why this thing has lingered for some time. The Igbo, what Simon Ekpa brought back as a result of the ongoing killing in the eastern part of the country. That is one. Two, the Nigerian government also wanted Simon Ekpa for inciting insecurity in the eastern part of the country, leading to the killing of many security personnel, which sometimes has come to claim to be insightful or to be behind the killing. We have seen different perspectives to that. We have also seen looked as if that the Finnish government is going to respect the influence he is enjoying in Finland, or all these things, is it moving towards the betterment of Biafran restoration? But the fact is this, arresting him, will it actually stop the agitation for Biafra? That's the question we want to ask everybody. We want to ask everybody at the end of the day. You understand? We want to ask everybody at the end of the day: is this going to play down on the Biafran agitation at the end of the day? Is it going to make it look as if it has come to an end where we are going to have Nnamdi Kanu, the same treatment that was meted to Nnamdi Kanu is also being meted to Simon Ekpa? Then what is the fate of the whole thing? Well, I can tell you that it will never ever stop the agitation unless Nigeria as a nation come to the reality on ground. You can go ahead and arrest and manipulate the arrest of so many of them and whatever named on so many charges, at the end of the day. Well, will it stop the agitation for the restoration of Biafra at the end of the day? That's the question the world and those who are behind this will answer. Then, actually, is what Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fighting for? Is it worthwhile? Is it a good cause? Is it something people can look into and say, yes, this is a worthy cause? Is it reality? Everybody said, like me, I am against anything that has to do with violence to the restoration of Biafra. I've always been against it. I'm not in support of that, and that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu actually believed in, But you see, at every point in time, Simon Ekpa making his speeches online always said that people walk into the Biafran land, into the eastern part of the country, and they kill at ease without any form of resistance. But we have seen such things in the north. insurgency everywhere. Different units of springing up under the threat of military Islamization, whatever agenda, and the world keeps silent. The United Nations keeps silent. The whole world keeps silent. Well, arresting Simon Ekpa or whatever, or repatriating him back to like Nigeria, whatever him, or he's going to face trial in Finland without coming back to Nigeria. Whatever happens, the story is that Simon Ekpa is currently out of circulation and believed to have been arrested and caged in one of the detention centers somewhere in Finland. And that is the news at this moment. We'll keep you updated as this news spread that Simon Ekpa life is strictly under threat. The Finnish government and the Nigerian government, for me, is being alleged to be behind the sudden arrest of Simon Ekpa. Thank you. We'll keep you updated.